Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks so much for checking out the video. So yeah, today we are doing a little camping trip. Almost fell. Doing a little solo overnight camping trip. And I brought along something really special to share with you guys. And that is a new power supply for my overlanding trips in the Jeep or whatever vehicle you have. So what I have is a Suaoki 500 watt power bank. I have that paired with a 100 watt solar panel as well. And this thing is so cool. I'll kind of explain the features and break it down in a second, but this is really making my overland trips so much simpler, and you know, it's causing way less headaches. I just kind of charge this overnight, throw it in the Jeep, and I don't have to remember anything else. It's just, everything's there. So yeah, give me a second and we'll kind of open up some of this stuff, break it down, and I'll show you kind of how I've been using it. Alright guys, so this is pretty much everything that I bring when I'm camping, electronic wise. I obviously do not bring the MacBook, but I just wanted to kind of bring that just so I could plug everything in to the power supply there and see how it runs. So anyway, right here is the cord to the solar panel. I'll show you in a second. I usually bring a small power bank kind of like this. This is just for phones. I like to, you know, chunk this into the tent at night and charge stuff. These are just my Midland walkie-talkies. Always keep those charged. My GoPro, Goal Zero lantern, little camp lantern. I already said my MacBook that I don't bring. And then this, I do always bring this. This is just my navigation system. So I run Gaia GPS off of this and use magnets and put it on the dash. So got to make sure that's always charged. Alright guys, here are the two main units. So real quick, this is the 100 watt solar panel. It's in this pretty cool little bag thing. It just kind of folds 4 different times, and you can kind of set your solar panel wherever you want. And there's even some little kickstands in the back. That's pretty cool. I'll open that in just a second, but I wanted to show you this first. This is the 500 watt power supply. So this thing's pretty sweet. I'd say it's maybe 15 pounds or so. You have this really cool handle. I believe most of this is like hard plastic, but you can tell it's pretty durable actually. On the sides you have, this is a vent, same thing on this side. On the front you have a really cool display. Alright guys, so to turn it on, you just hold this down just for a couple seconds, and you get this really nice LCD screen kind of showing you your input. So if you're charging it, it shows you how many watts are actually going into the power supply. You have a DC indicator of how many watts is leaving the power supply, and you can turn that on or off. Same thing with the AC, so that's pretty cool. So this is the AC power right here. So you have this green is the AC and this orange is the DC. So if I wanted to use, you know, these outlets and these outlets, I need to have both the AC on and the DC on. So that basically just activates, you know, these parts of the power supply. If I'm not using this side, for instance, make sure you turn that off just so you're not using this side. So that's really cool. You can kind of segment the generator like that, which is pretty sweet. So right here you have the adapter. So this is actually how you charge the power supply. You can charge it just like a conventional wall charger like this at home. It also comes with a cigarette lighter, so you could, if you wanted to, you could plug this up to your vehicle cigarette lighter, and while you're driving you can actually charge this thing, which is pretty sweet. So in theory, I guess that would mean you could run a fridge freezer, like a Dometic or an ARB fridge freezer, just by this thing. So what that would mean is, you know, you start your car, and you have that cigarette lighter and you're charging this thing. Whenever you shut off the car, the fridge would be only running off of this. And I actually have seen a few YouTube videos on running external power supplies with ARB fridges or whatever kind of fridge, and you can get anywhere from like 24 to 30 something hours off of a 500 watt power supply. So that's pretty sweet. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you ever, you know, kind of want to do a cheaper way to run a fridge freezer, you can do that. So moving on, this is the two inputs for the solar panel. Again, you have your cigarette lighter, a couple more inlets, USB Type-C, and your regular wall chargers. So that's pretty cool. On the side of this thing, you have two little vents, just to keep the heat, I guess, ventilated. You have this little handle. Most of this is made out of hard plastic. This is pretty much the exact same size as a car battery, I would say, but it weighs significantly less. This is probably 15 pounds or so. Yeah, that's basically this, what this kind of does and the features and what it looks like. So yeah, I think now I'm going to take all this stuff and plug it up, and we can kind of see all the power draining, kind of what that looks like. All right, so we're gonna start plugging some of this stuff up. This is the little lantern I like to use. So it's over here on the DC side. So kind of unravel this, plug that up. Cool. So obviously it's powering it. Right here, got the radios. So we'll plug that up there. Plug up the back. Sweet. And there goes the radios. I can see that those are being charged too. And right here, I don't know if you can see it. I'll zoom in a second once all this is plugged up, but you can see the DC is on, and we're drawing only 5 watts to charge these two. So that's kind of what that looks like. All right, next is the GoPro. So what you can actually see is I only have 2 USBs, but the cool thing about this lantern is there is an actual USB in here for a power bank kind of thing. So I've actually never used it. I want to see if I can actually plug this in and charge the GoPro while also charging the lantern. So cool, it actually is working. All right, next is the power bank. Honestly, I don't think I need this anymore, but nonetheless, we'll see. So we'll turn on the AC side, and we'll plug this up. There it goes. All right, next I got the big old MacBook. So we'll hook this thing up. And sweet, we are charging. All right, guys, so we definitely have the mother load of electronics being charged. You can kind of see our live charging there. So the DC is using 5 watts, AC side using something around 30. But yeah, pretty dang cool, pretty impressive. Hopefully you would never find yourself in a situation where you have to charge all these things at once, but just kind of wanted to show you that it is totally possible, and this thing handles it really, really well. You can see the charging indicator there. So yeah, everything's working. We got some blinking going. These right here, you can see are charging. I believe back there, yeah, that's fully charged, looks like. Yeah, so now I'm gonna go ahead and hook up the solar panel. So it actually is really cloudy today, so we'll kind of see how that works. But yeah, gonna hook that up and see how that works. All right, guys, so here is the 100-watt solar panel. So it's basically just a little cloth bag, which is pretty nice. It's really slim. The back has a little pocket with all kinds of cords, all kinds of goodies in there. So the front, open it just like this, and it folds out like 4 times. Yeah, 4 times. And there's your solar panel. You know, you can prop this on the hood, while you're at camp. You can prop it on the ground. Oh yeah, something cool. If you do prop it on the ground, you get these little kickstands. So kind of sets it at that 45-degree angle, kind of like that, and you can charge it. So yeah, pretty sweet. So let me open this real quick, and I guess I'll set it kind of on these rocks, and then we'll plug it up to the power supply and see how it looks. All right, guys, so I actually had to disconnect everything from this just to bring it down here on the floor because this cord was a little short and I just couldn't get anything really working to plug this into the power supply. So I guess if I did have to have one thing to knock on this thing, it would be this cord. It's just really, really short. I think it's probably 3 or 4 feet maybe. So if that was much longer, that'd be really nice. But anyway, solar panel does work. You literally just plug it up to right here, and that's pretty much it. So what's cool is when this thing is detecting sunlight, back in here, hopefully I'll be able to show you this. If you see those 2 little dots right there, you can see that it is kind of an indicator that, yes, I'm detecting sun. So it's showing you that this is working. It's pretty cool. So yeah, you just plug that up to there, and you're good to go, and you're charging this thing. Right here under input, you would actually see how much your solar panel is contributing to charging this back up. So really, really cool. I love this thing. And then that's kind of how you plug it up. So pretty cool. All right, guys, one last thing before I end the video. If you've ever researched these or the solar panel, I'm sure you've seen brands like Goal Zero or Jackery, I believe. Maybe butchering that name. You know, you might not have heard of Suaoki before. And I'm the same way. You know, I want to buy brands that I trust and all that kind of stuff. But the price point and the specs and the features and stuff for this really made sense to me over the Goal Zero and other ones. So there was a 400 watt Goal Zero unit just like this, but 400 watts, not 500 watts. And it was only $25 cheaper than this one. So why not spend $25 and get 100 extra watts, as well as additional features? So I thought that was a smarter move, and really happy with it so far. I mean, it's done everything I've asked it to, and it's working really well. I think the best thing I like about this setup is that, you know, I don't have a dual battery, and I'm not hardwired, and I'm not fully committed, right? Like, I can take this out, lend it to a friend to use on a camping trip. I can charge it in my, in my house. I can throw it in the car. I mean, it's easy. It's got a handle on it. Like, you literally just take it where you want it. And you don't really get that luxury with a dual battery setup that's kind of hardwired and permanent. And by the time you add the dual battery, the wiring, the inverter, all that stuff, all that time and energy, kind of custom doing everything, you're really invested at that point. So this, again, is just really easy. You just pick it up and go, and I like that a lot. I think that about covers most of what I wanted to say in this video. Again, thank you guys so much for checking it out. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Again, as always, thank you so much for subscribing and for the support of this channel. It is just like growing like crazy, and I'm so excited. So thanks again, guys. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.